thought I would mix it up and do the monthly book haul in the sunroom. Let me know if you have a preference. I feel like this is much better, but I don't know. People like consistency and they like knowing what to expect. Whatever you prefer, honestly. But let's do a little monthly book haul. Today's book haul is going to be all of the books that came into my life in the month of May, where they're from, how much they cost, and how much I spent total on books for the month. If you're new, I make this video once a month and I try to highlight different affordable ways that you can attain books into your life, and it doesn't always have to be super expensive corporate companies that you're supporting. Every once in a while, things happen, but I do try my best to diversify where all of my books come from, new, used, rare, and collectibles, and everything in between. I've got the total written down in this notebook, so for today's video, we've got 6 categories. I've got Barnes & Noble, Little Free Libraries, Gifted, independent bookstores, PR, and thrifted books. In the month of May, I received 41 books, but the total for all of these 41 books that came into my life hopefully will surprise you, but comment right now your guess for how much I spent total on 41 books for the month. Especially now that you know the categories, I feel like I gave you a big clue to help with your guess. I've got a lot of fun new titles to talk about today, so let's get right on into this haul. Starting with category number 1, I did buy one brand new book this month, but the fact that I only bought one brand new book from like a big business this month is such an accomplishment to me, and it was for a good reason. I picked up The Incandescent by Emily Tesh because I joined another book club. Unfortunately, I feel like my biggest problem is joining book clubs and then not being able to like fully commit to reading all of the books. There's like 3.5 book clubs that I'm casually in. Yeah, it happens. But this was the first book that we chose. I'm still in the middle of reading it. I like it so far, but my total for this first category comes out to $22.65. I think this is the most expensive book that I bought all month, which makes sense because it's like a brand new hardcover copy. Let me know if you've read this book though and what you thought of it. I'm only like a third of the way through it so far. It's good. It's very different than what I typically read, but I'll talk more about that in my next monthly reading wrap up. I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I kind of want to take my hair down. I found 2 books from Little Free Libraries this month. I picked up Everything I Never Told You, as well as The Perfect Guests. I have never heard of this book. The cover and title got me right away, and it reminded me of almost like a White Lotus vibe. It looks like a good summer read though. It says a grand estate with many secrets, an orphan caught in a web of lies, and a young woman playing a sinister game. It might be dual timeline between something that's going on in the 80s and something in present day. I am very excited to read this, so definitely let me know your thoughts on these. And of course, my total for this category comes out to $0 spent. Category number 3, I just said Gifted because I didn't know where to put this, but my mom actually went to a yard sale this month and found this next book for 50 cents. 50 cents. And what was it? The Women by Kristen Hanna. Brand new hardcover copy at somebody's yard sale for 50 cents. I'm so glad she picked this up for me, and luckily I didn't have to pay her back, so my total for this category comes out to $0. The fact that I somehow scored a copy of The Women for free, shocking to me, but I'm so grateful. Thanks, Mom. I bought 15 books from an independent bookstore this last month. I went to Majors and Quinn and completely emptied their clearance section. Do not sleep on the clearance section of bookstores because I feel like that's where all of the hidden gems are. I found so many cool collectible old books, and I'm a book collector. I love stuff like this. I did a full book haul on all of these over on my TikTok, so if you want to see more about them, I share like individual prices and kind of more reasons why I bought the books over there. I got this small book that was published in 1922. I collect old books, so anytime I find something like that, I have to grab it. I got this beautiful edition of A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I'm telling you, this is like the most stunning book ever. Gorgeous. Words of the Witches, Winter's Bone, this edition of Les Mis by Victor Hugo. And if I remember correctly, it's illustrated. So cool. All of these books on average were like $1 to $2, by the way. Crazy. This old children's book called The New Roundabout that was published, I believe, in 1948. This memoir on growing up in India called Climbing the Mango Trees. A copy of Ernest Hemingway's Garden of Eden. I really like this edition because it's from the 80s. The text in the edition that I have is just super small. This one seems a lot more manageable to read. I got this memoir called Blind Man's Bluff by James Tate Hill, and it's about his experience, I believe, losing his eyesight. This witchy journal that says secret magic spells. It's like a witchy theme, but it's just an empty journal, and I go through journals so fast, so I couldn't resist grabbing this. I got this anthology on pieces like essays and poetry about New York. It's called Writing New York, and it's just a complete anthology full of writers that have written about New York City. I had to grab this. I got a book on Georgia O'Keeffe's life. She is one of my favorite favorite artists, so I had to grab this. This might be my favorite find of the trip. It's called Love Songs Old and New, and this book is so old, but has the most beautiful art illustration, like doodles in here. Not only that, but on some pages there's beautiful artwork with this like paper film in between to protect it. I am so glad that I found this book. I love it so much. This was published in 1907. 1907, I cannot believe it. And now it lives here. Like, now it exists with me. I found this really cool vegetarian cookbook from, I believe, the 70s. I really love the doodles on the cover and the inside. And then there's even an inscription written. It says, "To Phil from his vegetarian and part-time carnivore friends, May of 1979. I thought it was so special that I found this and purchased it in May of 2025. And I'm very excited to put it into my kitchen. It's called Laurel's Kitchen, a handbook for vegetarian cookery and nutrition. Love that find as well. And then a very special find. I actually found a book written by my drama teacher growing up at my alma mater, To Nourish Any Flower. It's a collection of poems that he published, I believe, in the early 90s. And what makes this even more special is it is signed by Tom Haig. A very niche, small reference. Like, if you went to my school, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But it's very cool to find a book that your teacher that you knew growing up has written out in the wild. So I just had to pick this up. Those were the 15 books that I found though at Majors and Quinn in Minneapolis this last month, and my total for this category comes out to $38.75. Moving on to category number 5, I have PR. So May was a great month for PR. I got 14 books sent to me from publishers. HQ Stories with HarperCollins sent over this new release, The Tradwife Secret. I actually already read this. I read this the day that I unboxed it. I wasn't even planning to. I was just skimming the inside to see like what the writing style was like, and before I knew it, I finished the entire book under 24 hours. Highly recommend this. It was so good. If you like thrillers, if you like bingeable, fast-paced, hard to put down thrillers, this read similar to like a Frida McFadden thriller, which I do enjoy, but this one had a bit more like depth and development in terms of the writing, the characters, and the plot, but still in a very similar Frida way. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, highly recommend reading The Tradwife Secret by Leanne Child. I ate this up so fast. It follows a trad wife like homestead influencer on her homestead. She hires a tutor to help out with the kids. This young tutor signs like an intense NDA and then starts to realize that everything that this influencer is posting on her Instagram is fake and curated. I mean, it's like things that we would expect to know, but the truth is like that much more shocking, and it's just so good. Everything I needed in like a quick, fast thriller, just to like impossible for me to put down. But anyway, thank you so much to HQ for sending over this new release because I loved it. Bloom sent over 3 books in May. They sent over a hardcover of Hotter in the Hamptons. So they actually gave me an arc of this that I'm currently reading right now, and I am enjoying it. If I do love it, I will keep this hardcover. Otherwise, I think I'll gift it to a fellow reader of mine, but I love the bikini cover. Like, so cute and so perfect for summer. So very grateful I have a hardcover of that. Bloom also sent me 2 arcs. They sent over Cash by Jessica Peterson. I love a cowboy, like small town country romance in the summertime. So this is going to be so fun to read. And then I got the new Megan Quinn book as well, Till Summer Do Us Part. I believe this is like a fake marriage at a like marriage camp or something. She has like a fake husband and they go to a marriage camp. Either way, this sounds so good. I'm so happy that I got a advanced reader's copy of it. And then Bloom also sent over a sticker and this little keychain with the PR as well. Amazon Publishing sent over an arc of The Undoing of Alejandro Velasco. And then Flatiron Books sent over this arc called Having It All, and it's about what data tells us about women's lives and how to get the most out of yours. This sounds like something out of my comfort zone that I'm excited to read. I am trying to read more nonfiction, sprinkling it in every single month. I got an arc of Katie Storino's novel Sunny Side Up. This is from Celadon Books, and I believe it's already published by the time this video comes out, but very excited for this one as well. And then I got an arc from Canary Street Press called All Fired Up. This one also has been released since the arc was sent, and this is a queer sapphic rom-com between a firefighter and a chemist. Very excited for that one. Hanover Square Press sent over this arc called The Rabbit Club, and this one sounds so good. They also sent over a hardcover copy of Maybe This Will Save Me, which is a memoir by Tommy Dorfman, and I am very excited for this one as well. I received 2 books from indie authors. Rosalind St. Clair sent over The Woman from the Waves. received, and this is an epic sapphic romantasy. And then Nina Frost sent over her novel, Kingdom of Shadows and Wings. This is book 1 of the Dragons of Tyrene series. Definitely sounds super, super good. I received Floored, and this is from Park Row Books. It says A Woman's Guide to Pelvic Floor Health at Every Age and Stage. So definitely something I'm intrigued to read about. And then another very exciting release from Valentine Books, The Last Fairy Out by Andrea Bart. This thriller sounds so good and perfect for summertime. They also sent over Mexican candy and a pen and other like PR goodies with this book as well. But those were the 14 books that publishers sent me this month, so a big thank you to all of them, and I'll do my best to link as many as I can down below. And that leaves us with our final category of this video, thrifted. I thrifted 8 books from Goodwill this last month. I thrifted Bad Girls Don't Die. I thought this was going to be a super, super spooky paranormal like scary book until I posted Goodwill blogs about this book, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I was obsessed with that book in like the 4th grade. I didn't realize it was YA, but they said it was really good. As someone that cannot handle horror and like scary books living alone, this might be good for me to read, you know? Like, let's start with the YA teen horror books and see how I do. I thrifted The White Coat Diaries, and this looks like a rom-com that takes place in residency. It says it's a Grey's Anatomy meets Scrubs, and I haven't seen a lot of romance books that have that setting, so I'm super intrigued to see how this one is. Definitely let me know if you've read that. I found They Both Die at the End at Goodwill, and I've never seen this there before, so I had to grab this right away. I came across My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry as well, and I've never heard of this book by this author before, so I grabbed it. And then I saw Honor, which I've heard great things about. And then I also found the 3rd book in this trilogy, We'll Always Have Summer. I have officially thrifted the entire trilogy now, so very proud of myself for that. I think I'm going to start collecting Nancy Drew books, so I found this one there, The Mystery at Lilac Inn. And then Don't Judge Me, I couldn't resist. I had to pick up Rainbow Fish as well. I couldn't help it. My younger self, she needed to have this book. Those were the 8 books that I thrifted this last month though, and my total for this category only comes out to $14.42. Those were the 41 books that I had acquired in the month of May, and my grand total for how much I spent this last month on books comes out, let me know if your guess was close or not, it comes out to $75.82. Honestly, not bad. I'm proud of myself because there are some months where I spent 3 times as much. So if I only spent 70 bucks for the month and somehow still acquired 41 books, I'm proud of that. If you divide it by the 41 books too, the average spent per book only is $1.84, which is fantastic. So I'm taking that as an accomplishment, but definitely let me know your thoughts on all these books, if you've read any of these and which ones I need to read immediately. Don't forget to pick up The Tradwife Secret as well, because I loved it so much, like amazing. I'm linking so many bookish things down below, and if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I make this video every single month along with so many other bookish and vlog videos here as well. Happy June, happy reading, and I'll see you here soon with a new video. Bye!